Welcome back. It's very early Friday evening. Made many videos late last night about my living in a box project, and I did today but in Danish. That's a long time I made in English. So I have not given up because the living, the renting, the price of the renting, square meters are getting up every year in the big cities. So poor people, they can renting less and less space for like $1,000 a month. Some poor people even don't have $1,000 a month to pay a rent. At $1,000 a month you cannot renting anything in most places, most cities in the United States and in Europe and in Asia. No, the price of the square meters could be $100 square meters. So if you even got $1,000, you could maybe renting 10 square meters living space. In some of the big, you can renting a tiny room, maybe $1,000 a month. But in some places like Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo, London, the big cities, New York, you cannot even renting this tiny room just $1,000 a month. And in many cities in Asia, they're living as the poor males. They are living in boxes. They are living in small boxes inside a subdivided apartment. They subdivide the large apartment in many small rooms. Like this living room, you could subdivide in like 3 small rooms. You could make 3 small rooms. You could make 3 small rooms with a bed. And then you can make a room like here. Like if you subdivide, you can make a small room like here. This and three small rooms. And this room you cannot really subdivide. That's the luxury room. So actually you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small rooms. This is how they do it. So, but that's not my project. Is to make a box. To make a box you can pull around. But the Google Translate, they translate all weird ways. But I think they call it pull along charts. Pull along charts for children. I just open some, but this is a metal one. This one you cannot folding and put behind a car. You cannot take apart. But I think they translate this like pull along charts for cards. No, pull along charts for children. Or garden trolley. They call it garden trolley, foldable garden trolley. They're actually very good, but you cannot, if you're homeless, you cannot sit inside this because they're too small. And they're only like 80 kilos. But actually you got this with a roof, but this is only for small children. And they can only do like 80 to 120 kilos. So they're not made for large adult. And they have all price range. Some have this roof. That's very cool because if it's raining, if you have stuff inside, this small roof protect your stuff. So that's foldable because that's a luxury. Some I have open, but this one you cannot put a big box this kind of pull along trolleys or charts for children. You cannot put that big wooden box. You cannot. So I need to make this aluminium frame. But it cannot be more than 75 centimeters, because you need to go through a door in a basement apartment, like from here 77 centimeters from here to here. So it cannot, the frame cannot be more than 75 centimeters. And I need a frame like this for a rubber boat, a large rubber boat. It can be a big cabin. I can make a tiny cabin for a rubber boat. I can see this is kind of small shelter. So that's kind of a small shelter you can put on a pull along chart or small garden trolley. You can sit inside. You can sit inside like this. But I have recorded many times. I'm thirsty, I need something to drink. So make like the height is about 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters the height. So but my body size is not normal size. I am very large. A very large size. So that's 1 meter. 1 meter is about this. And if you sit like this, you can sit 150 centimeters. So this is how I 140 centimeters. 140 centimeters is long enough. You can put, then you can sit sleeping. But 70 centimeters, that's not much. Not my body size. So I will sit like this, but my body size is not normal. But this kind of pull along charts, this one you cannot put a very heavy box and sit inside, it will break down. But I need something like this for myself when I go shopping. And this one that's a metal one, but that's more you use in a company. But this can carry 320 kilos. This can carry 2 adults, 2 heavy adults. My size, you can sit on this. Look like this, and then you can remove the frames. You can flat, and then you can add a bottom yourself, I think. I need to add something myself. This one to use in a company. If you have a storage and you pick up goods and stuff in a company, this can have like 600 kilos, a lot of kilos. So this I will close down again. And you got that luxury model. This one costs $1,000. That's for 2 children, but it not says how many kilos it can carry, but that's a luxury pull along chart for 2 small children, but you cannot, of course, adult, you cannot sit inside there. You can folding and put it on a bus or in a train or behind a car. That's a little bit more difficult. This one is much more heavy. This one should do 120 kilos and have a small room. This one I maybe buy this. This one have a water, a rain cover. It can have a rain cover you can cover. So this is the luxury model. But that's $1,000. So you have many types of this pull along charts or garden trolleys, but that's not fit very good for homeless because you cannot sit inside. You cannot sit inside this because it will break down because the body weight is too heavy. That's the same here. But if you're homeless, that would be very good because you can have your clothes and bags and stuff and food in a pull along chart. Stroller, tow truck, folding. So this will be very good if you're a homeless person living on a, they call it tow truck. But that's the weird hand chart, foldable hand chart. So they have all kind of weird translations. Tow truck, foldable, or garden trolley, or pull along charts. So they have all kind of weird. I just like to show it. So that's the luxury model. So probably I buy one like this because that have the most, can have 120 kilos. And I buy this one. But you could use a box like this for a street kitchen. Kitchen. I made all this many papers a long time ago. If I can find it. I don't know where I put it. No, they are right here. That's why I cannot find it. But you don't need to have a big pull chart like this. Big pull chart. You're gonna have this small, this one, this small wagons. This small one with nylon wheels like a skateboard. You can just have a wooden seat with 2 of this. They're very cheap. Only like Trish one, just put one big wooden seat, and then a box like this on top. That will do it. But this is when you pulling this on a pavement, that will not be very good because if you have to go up stones and big holes in the pavement, that would be better to have real wheels. This one you can pull long distance. These are only good for very flat, like a parking lot, a very flat road or parking lot, not on a gravel. To pull this on a gravel road or a beach, sandy road beach, that would not be good. But this one you can pull on a dirt road. This one you can pull on grass, dirt road. So you can have a small shelter on a pull along chart or garden trolley. You can have a small shelter you can sit inside. And then put some wooden panels, the end of the box and the top, so you can sit inside. So I made all this drawing, and you use it as a street food shop. This is a small, this is a box like this. A box like this you can raise the top, so you can standing inside, and then sell foods. And that's how I imagine you can pull the sides out, make the box wider. Just pull the box wider, but that would be much more heavy, much more complicated. You can make a box pull like a drawer you draw out. So there's many ways. I make all kind of drawings how to do it. And how big it needs to be. That's a wooden panel, how to cut it out. And how to, that's to raise, if you raise the top you can do it some way, but I need to buy it, and how to connect the corners. That's just some weird, you can put many boxes on top and make it like a big room with boxes. You can make many boxes like a Lego system, connect the boxes. All kind of way you can connect the boxes. But that's a long time ago, that's 3 years ago I made this, so I'm not that's the cube. That's one homeless box someone did long time ago. Actually that's about same size, 140 centimeter, but this is just a little bit shorter. Is a little bit shorter. So I made this long time ago, how long it should be. That's a small version, that's a large version. So all kind of weird, so I need to get started to buy some aluminiums frames. I need to get started buying stuff. So that what I did late last night, and today I made a drawing. But this one you can sit inside and sleep on a mattress, on a foam mattress, I think they call it. So, but cost like I need to spend a few $100 to start buying all this stuff. So, but you can use it if you're on a long day trip. You can have a small shelter. You can pull in a small shelter. You can sit sleeping a few hours. If you are two persons, two people, one can sit sleeping a few hours, and then the other one can sit and watch. No guarding the person is sleeping, so you're not anyone not stealing your wallet and luggage. No one can sit sleeping, and one can guarding. So like two homeless person can share box, because you don't need to sleep 24 hours, just have to sleep a few hours, sometimes 3 or 4 hours. But you can sit sleeping some hours if you can stretch your legs. You can do that. If you can straighten your legs, you can lay sleeping. Like this. Sleeping like this. People can sleep like this. But then the box needs to be longer. 140 centimeters, I think you cannot do that. So maybe I need to make the box longer. About 50 centimeters, I think. So, but that's not so important now. So maybe it should be a little bit higher. But I'll look at this later. So I made more than 7 videos today and like 5 videos late last night, but I did it in my Danish language. Maybe do it, but need to make it a little bit longer. So I will start buying some aluminum frames.